So we're just removing what was on the bed here. Don't need this here. This was a little arch for the other entrance. Move it out of the way for now. And actually, I'll just put it right there, right in front of you. Deal with that in a bit. So what I'm going to do is to prevent some of the slugs. I already have some of that tobacco juice that I made. I'm going to use some of that. I've had it from last year. So I'll use some of it. Oh, where is it? There it is. I'll show it to you. It's old. There's probably about exactly a cup left that I'm going to add. I'll just show you that. Just move the camera around. Tobacco juice. So in it, there's a little bag here that with the tobacco still sitting in it. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. It's a little bag. Oh, maybe I'll clean the bottom a bit here. Well, the plane's making too much noise anyway, so okay. See, that's there's a little bit of a bag in there. That's the tobacco juice from last year, which I'm going to use now to try and reduce the slugs, and so that the peas, as they come up, they don't get eaten. So I'm gonna, this is probably about a cup, a little over a cup. So I'm gonna put this whole thing into one of my 5-liter water containers, and then water the ground, and just to keep the slugs away. Okay, I'm gonna do that next. Just do that. Put the whole thing in there. Yep. That's fine. And there I'm going to also grab a few drops of soap. And my Listerine. And I have some Eco soap. So those two things are going in. Just pushing some of the leaves away, because you can't just plant in the leaves, right? And they're not all decomposed. I'm gonna add this bit here to my compost pile, which will be great. So it did its job. It protected the soil. As I move this around, I'll show you. There's more activity. The soil is still pretty wet, but it's nice. So I'm just making some room here. I'm going to plant peas and potatoes. Today is just the peas, of course, that are going in. You can see some worms in here. The soil looks good. So I'll just pile it up here for now. Go get a wheelbarrow and move this around. put some posts in, of course, to tie my little trellis in. And I'll have to do about three posts. Something around here. Oh, the ground is so nice and soft. Hard at all. And then one more. Where is it? There it is. Okay, this. So that's about 3 of them. And what I'm going to do now is get my little trellis, which I hope it survived the winter. There it is. It survived enough. I'm gonna go get my zip ties. Tied. How do I want to put this? Do it this way? I think so. This way, otherwise, or this way? I guess this way is better in case they go taller. Let's do that. Looking a little shabby. It's my last legs here. Maybe it's last year, but I might be able to salvage it for more than 1 year. We will see. So now I'm just going to zip tie this. I think that will make it nice and solid, and I'll overlap it and put the other one on this side. Right, so same way. Oof, it's pretty fragile. But I think once I zip tie it, it should be solid enough to hold peas, right? Peas are not that heavy. I think that should look good. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I have some little ones, medium ones. I think the medium ones will be enough. Okay, let's do this. It's so nice and easy to do zip ties. It is so simple. So I'm gonna put this one there. Okay. Try and repair it a little bit here with some of the small ones. That's the one that's a little loose there. Okay. That's enough there. Okay, now let's try and do this. 2 pieces together. I think that'll make it a little bit more secure here. Like this. Pretty simple, right? Maybe this one, I don't like doing the 2 pieces. Is it too much? I'll take a longer zip tie here. Did I go the right way? Yeah. Okay, where was that? Okay, so now let's finally finish putting that together. It's always harder and longer than you think, especially trying to record. Get all the zip ties out of the way. Crazy. And let's redo that. It's nothing fancy, but it's enough. I'm gonna try and give the slugs a little bit of diarrhea. That's what this concoction does. So, okay, so this again is my tobacco juice, Listerine, and a little bit of dish soap. So I'm just gonna kind of put it in this bed. It's kind of my cleanup of the bed, right? So I'll put a little bit like that, just to get things a little wet and get it going. And then I'll use this same liquid to also water once I'm done. Okay, so now just kind of making a little bit of a straighter row to have Not that the ground is not already wet, but to put basically the peas in. So trying to still use kind of a no dig method. So I'm not like, double row digging. This is like a few inches, right? Maybe the stick didn't quite work. I might have to use a little bit. There we go. That's good enough. The peas that I am going to put in are the oregano giant peas. Snow peas, I should say. Snow peas that I'm putting in. I'll put a picture up. You guys have seen this already. I showed it to you guys before. But let's do this again. So that's what I am planting. The oregano giants. They grow about 4 feet tall, so not too tall. They won't be too tall for my trellis. It'll be actually just perfect. It's right now beginning of March. Oh, I guess maybe I'll move you closer so you can see what I am doing. Down. So the peas are gonna go pretty close, right? They are gonna go fairly close together. So let's do a little bit. You can see barely an inch apart. This is why starting them at home is a little hard, because you can't really, it's hard to start 150 of them, right? So put them fairly close together. That's how this goes. Okay, I think you guys get the picture. Yeah, this is it. This is all of them planted. I don't know how many, I didn't count, but there's quite a few. So you can see a nice little row in front of the trellis. So hopefully those will climb in the next few weeks. So now all I'm going to do is cover them up. Yeah, all I'm doing now is covering them up, right? The soil is fairly wet, of course, because I did water it a little bit there. I will get them. I didn't soak this before. I did not soak them before. I think the ground is wet enough. That'll be fine. Sometimes some people do soak them in advance. I think if your ground is not wet, you can see this is super wet. So hopefully it will actually dry out a little bit. I mean, you can see my hand. The ground is fairly wet. So I'm hoping they'll be okay. We're not supposed to get too much rain the next few days, so I have a chance to dry up a little bit. So, and I'm going to put some dry straw on top. It is covered up. Get a little bit of straw. So the straw sat out a winter, got wet, and hopefully all the seeds now are done for. So start using it a little bit. There we go. That's good. A bit of a lasagna. Putting this on. Is this necessary? No. Just I have it. It's not a necessary step to have. I got it last year, so I'll start using some of it. But it's not like, oh no, it's necessary to do anything like that. Just gonna help a little bit. Different. Can help with the soil. Necessary step. If you, oops, I'm probably just showing my butt. If you don't have any, that's okay. That's good enough. That's done. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. I was going to add some compost. I think I need to wait a little bit, add that a little later. Just a bit. Keep things tidy as much as you can. Okay, peas planted. Done. That was one of the jobs today.